This is our recap of what we did in class today. So for the purpose of this video, I'm using period 6. If you look in the classwork tab, you are looking for an assignment called Part 3, America's Promise 1.8. When you open that up, you will see a Google Doc that has your period number in front of it. And it also has your name in front of it because there is a copy just for you. So what we talked about today was the soapstone strategy, which is a way to analyze things like speeches and poetry to find out the relationship between the writer, the purpose, and the audience. So soapstone is an acronym, which means that each one of those letters stands for something, and those are broken down here. So the S is speaker, that is the voice that is telling the story. Remember that the speaker does not necessarily have to be the same as the author. We're talking about the narrator, the person who's actually talking. The occasion is the time and place, the context of whatever speech or poem. The audience is the person or people who the piece is directed towards. Purpose is the reason behind it, so what the writer wants the audience to think. Subject is the focus of the text, what it's actually talking about. And tone is the speaker's attitude toward the subject of the text. So the example that we did as a class was for the song Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And I had given these quotes that we're using as text evidence. These are pieces of the lyrics of the song. And then as a class, we came up with these answers that are in the middle column. So when we're trying to figure out the speaker of the poem, or in this case, song, we're trying to figure out who the person is who is talking. Now, Michael Jackson is the singer, and he doesn't specify if he's talking about himself or not. But the person who is speaking here is someone who had an affair with Billie Jean. And you can infer that from what he says in these lyrics that are pasted in the text evidence section. Then we look down at the next thing, the occasion. So what is going on in this song? What is the reason for it existing? So we have the quote over here. She told me her name was Billie Jean. She caused a scene, then every head turned with eyes that dreamed of being the one. So what's going on here is that she is accusing Michael Jackson, or the man in the song, of being the father of her child, and she is creating a scene in front of a bunch of people. So she's doing this in public. Therefore, the audience, who he is speaking to when he's singing this song. The evidence here, for 40 Days and 40 Nights, the law was on her side, right? So it could be either an actual courtroom where people are hearing this case, or just the sort of court of public opinion. So the people watching this scene unfold. So what is his purpose? What is the reason that he is singing this song? Well, he repeats, "But the kid is not my son." So what he's trying to do is to persuade the audience that the child is not, in fact, his. So when you think about generally, what are we really talking about here? What's the subject? His point is that she's a girl who claims that he is the one, but the kid is not my son. So the subject here is the idea of a false paternity claim, that she is lying about who the father of her child is. And then we come to tone, how the author feels about the subject. He repeats these lines over and over, that the kid is not his son. She says he is, but he says he's not. So you could say this in a number of ways, but he is stressed out, he is frustrated, he is angry or upset. Any of those can work as tone words to describe how he feels about this situation. So after we did that example, I gave the rest of class for everyone to work on applying the soapstone strategy to the FDR speech that we did the Edpuzzle for yesterday. So this is the text of the speech. And then down here, you'll see that you need to find both the text evidence and the answer. So just as a hint, the speaker and the occasion of this particular speech are not in the speech themselves necessarily, but you can get them from both the title and the byline under the title. We did audience together because that was one that people were struggling with. And then you need to fill out purpose, subject, and tone as well. And then that is due same day, and you are all caught up.